neat now, aren't you, Gidget?
How to get smashed in the Bahamas?
From like dancing, somebody probably stepped on it with their foot.
The party girl in the Bahamas is what I hear.
Okay, here we go. So what do you remember?
I don't want to be anything.
OR. You're going into OR. You didn't want to be awake
No,
in
I didn't want
OR.
to be awake because it creeped me out. I don't know. I've never like been awake inside of an OR room. Like every other surgery, don't they knock you out before you go back there?
Sometimes, sometimes not. This is different. A brain injury is different.
Well, I was awake going back into there, and then like I remember the nicest thing about it. She's like, oh, there's like the best thing is that you get a warm blanket, and they put like this really warm blanket on, and it felt so good. And then like I remember the anesthesiologist lady. She wasn't very nice.
Was she kind of mean?
Yeah,
She
she was mean to the nurses. She was mean to everybody.
I think I need to watch what I say.
Yeah, Dad is on.
She had an accent.
It doesn't
though.
matter.
Yeah,
She
she
had an
was like from somewhere in Europe. I
Right,
guess.
same one that came into us.
Helga,
She basically
the
told us that the nurses you had in the ICU there, the SICU room, didn't know what they were
Yeah.
talking about because
Yeah.
And then they won up to her.
then the one came in there and said, "Oh no, we stopped doing that a while
Yeah.
back."
The charge nurse.
They weren't being. She was mean. I thought.
She's like a know-it-all. I know it all, and you're beneath me. You're a nurse.
Yeah.
I'm an
Yeah.
anesthesiologist. It's that attitude. The same for all.
But the one nurse was real pretty. I remember she was like super pretty, and I was like, oh my gosh. I saw her. And I was
Pretty
like,
with
wow.
brains?
She's really pretty. She had like dark hair and blue eyes, which is really pretty. Anti-Brady looking.
So then, what they do?
They put on a blanket, like that was really warm, and they're like, put your head in this pillow, and it was like a weird pillow. It was like gel, kind of, like really odd, like texture. And then they started giving the oxygen and the gas. Which I don't know, did they give me like through IV or did they do it through gas?
I don't know.
Both.
I was going to say
What?
usually both, but I don't know.
I remember at first she's like, this is just oxygen. And then
Are you making coffee?
it was good stuff.
But then that was it.
You probably see
Yeah.
how it's
What's the next thing you remember?
Misty makes you strong.
Recovery at all?
That if it's strong.
Waking up in OR? Because they said you had to be awake for part of the operation in OR.
I don't remember being awake at all.
Wait a minute, you're in the operating room or
Yeah.
you're in the emergency room?
Operating
Operating
room.
room.
Oh,
We
the day of the
skipped.
surgery.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what she was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Like I remember them taking all this stuff out of packaging and like ripping all the things out of the sterile stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. Looking over and like seeing all these different things. Then the endoscope, I saw like the big machine for that. And then what else? That's probably it.
Mute? So then you woke up.
And what kind
What's
is
the first
this?
thing you remember when you wake up?
See, I don't know what day it was. Like who was in there when I was. Oh, I remember waking up. Misty was in there.
That was late though.
That was the same night though.
It was the night of your
And then
surgery.
Caitlin and Tracy were there, and Greta, and I knew I looked absolutely terrible that night. And they were like, they looked kind of like surprised, like they didn't expect me to look that bad.
You want regular.
But I knew I looked really bad.
Regular or decaf?
So did somebody get some pictures of
This
that?
only, it's fine.
Of her major swell?
Regular.
I got a
Yes,
picture on my
Diane got
phone of
pictures, I think, with the
a
camera.
How many of these do you
A
put
camera, not a cell phone.
Is that
on my
what you
Yeah.
phone. Mom has a
Well,
display.
Cell phones are
12
yucky.
cups, only
Well,
one
that's-
I
Quality.
think she
in
bought,
this.
by that time, she got the throwaway camera.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
was
good.
starting to take pictures.
She could have just got my digital camera
I'll
on
make
my
it full
dorm.
pot.
But we didn't have it.
Yeah.
We
Ew,
didn't know
and way through
we
the
never-
vomit.
we can't
And the
get in.
ketchup and the mayonnaise.
So how much will
the Picasso and the
I put 2, but it.
What's
how
funny
big
is that, like,
scoop?
It's small.
Kyla's like the most conservative, like
Well, then I'll
like
tell you.
I don't change in front of her in the room because it makes her feel uncomfortable. But like the
That's
past
enough
like
if I'm only gonna
week,
want-
she's like
Hmm.
seen me naked more than she's seen me clothed.
Since you've been in the hospital, you mean?
since her
She
episode.
bathed me the one night before I went in the hospital, and then she bathed me before I left
You didn't hear
the
me.
hospital.
So you let her bathe you.
She took her to the
I don't
shower.
really have a choice.
Yeah, she said, I am already pretty familiar with every square inch of your body. I'll help you out.
She's like, I've already bathed you.
Well, she took her to the shower in the dorm
Yeah, when she's
and
sick everywhere.
got her in there. And
She
asked
said,
if
"I
she wanted
sat
to
on the
wash her hair.
floor."
Well, she said, you want to wash your hair? And you said yes. So she walked out of the shower and went to the door and she thought, I better not leave her alone. Turned around and went back and she just sat in the shower with the water just beating on her head.
Well, that feels good though.
She
But
said
that's
she
really
didn't
gross in
know.
our showers because our showers
She'd
are gross.
fallen
Yeah.
asleep or
That's what I thought was, yuck.
Kyla said I was gonna get ringworm on my butt.
How was that? Kyla what?
She said I was gonna get ringworm on my butt.
Let's hope that's all you get.
Now, what was this?
Gross.
Huh?
We can't hear.
She said she'd go get ringworm on her butt from
You have to
sitting
talk
out
at
of
her,
the shower.
Diane.
Huh?
Did you hear? She still haven't heard. Come sit over here and put your feet up anyway. Actually, Deborah, help me carry this over there.